Okay, so that device you're watching this on right now, the phone in your hand, maybe the laptop on your desk, none of it, absolutely none of it, would work without the discovery we're about to talk about. We're going to go way back to the very beginning of the electric age and meet the man who basically invented its power source, Alessandro Volta.
You know, for most of human history, power was all about muscle, and light came from fire. Electricity, that was just a weird spark, a flash of lightning, something totally wild and untamable. And that all changed because one person figured out how to, well, put lightning in a jar.
I want you to really try and picture this, a world without a single power outlet. A world lit only by flickering candles, powered by nothing more than people and animals. It's into that world that our pioneer was born.
So here he is, Alessandro Antonio Volta. He was born in Como, Italy, way back in 1745. And while his noble family might have had other plans for him, Volta was just completely fascinated by one of nature's biggest and, let's be honest, most dangerous mysteries, electricity. And you know what? He did not wait long to get started. His curiosity about that weird, crackling force we call electricity, it sparked to life when he was incredibly young. 18. I mean, just think about that for a second. While most teenagers were, well, being teenagers, Volta was already in his lab running his own electrical experiments. He was diving headfirst into a field that most of the world's top scientists at the time thought was just pure, unpredictable magic.
And all that dedication, it really paid off. Those early experiments he started around 1763, they weren't just some teenage hobby. They were the beginning of a lifelong obsession. It was a path that led him straight to this massive breakthrough in 1796, and then to an announcement in 1800 that would totally rock the scientific world.
And this, right here, brings us to the heart of the story, the invention. The one moment that didn't just change science, but literally changed the course of human history itself.
1796. This is the year. Before this, electricity was just a quick spark, a static shock, a flash of lightning, something you could maybe create for a split second, but you could never, ever sustain it.
What Volta created was so simple, it's kind of brilliant. Just a stack of metal discs. He called it the voltaic pile. But what it did was completely revolutionary. It was the very first device in history that could produce a continuous flow of electricity. This wasn't a spark anymore. This was a current. For the first time ever, humanity had actually tamed electricity.
So when Volta finally published his findings in 1800, he wasn't just sharing a new gadget. He was giving the world a whole new field of science. Because now, with a reliable source of current, scientists could finally study how electricity actually works. And just like that, electric circuit theory was born.
That one invention kicked off a chain reaction of innovation that is still going, still accelerating today. In fact, Volta's legacy is so huge, it's literally written into the language of science.
And Volta's genius wasn't something we just figured out with hindsight. People at the time knew how big this was. He got countless honors and was recognized as a true founder of electrical science. His work was so foundational, he's also credited with inventing the capacitor, another absolute cornerstone of modern electronics. It's like this perfect cascade of innovation, right? First, you get the battery, which gives you that steady, continuous current. That current then makes it possible to develop the entire science of circuit theory. And once you have a theory, well, you need a way to measure stuff, which brings us to Volta's ultimate honor. I mean, seriously, what bigger tribute can a scientist get? To have a fundamental unit of physics named after you. Every single time we measure voltage, we are saying his name, the volt. It's just a permanent reminder of what he gave us. So when you look around, the conclusion is pretty simple. From the massive power grids that light up our cities to the tiny little batteries inside our watches, every single circuit, every electric device carries the legacy of this one man. So just take a second and really think about it. From the moment your alarm goes off in the morning to the moment you flick off the lights at night, how many times a day are you relying on the work of one man from over 200 years ago? His legacy isn't stuck in a museum. It's powering your life right this very second. He didn't just invent the battery. In a very, very real sense, Alessandro Volta invented the power source for the future that all of us are living in right now.